Hello everyone, I am Nadia Jamil, a PhD candidate at Montclair State University, New Jersey, USA. Me and my co-authors, we are extremely delighted to receive this award. It will definitely encourage us to keep up the good work. So thank you. Thank you to you Delft and everyone else involved in this process. Almost all of us know that groundwater arsenic contamination is a global problem, particularly in South and Southeast Asian countries. In Bangladesh alone, two-thirds of the country is severely affected, and about 20 million people are still exposed to arsenic concentration in their drinking water over 50 ppb. Here is our study area in Araihazar, Bangladesh, which is a fairly representative area of the country. In this area, Columbia University, University of Dhaka, and UChicago Research Bangladesh have been working on arsenic contamination issues for more than a decade and a half. The main objectives that propelled us to do this work is to get support for arsenic mitigation from Bangladesh government, international donors and NGOs, and to reallocate that funding to the forms of arsenic mitigation that are the most effective, both in terms of cost and sustainability. We used 4 surveys. Survey timeline is shown here along with population and number of wells. We also collected household responses on well arsenic status, well depth, age, and switching behavior of the affected households. We then calculated cost of 4 forms of mitigation through direct observation as well as personal communication based on our work in Araihazar for more than a decade. So, what are the findings from our work? A large number of wells in Araihazar is being installed or replaced each year. The right figure shows number of installed wells in 3 depth intervals: shallow 10 to 45 meter, intermediate 45 to 90 meter, and deep 90 to 300 meter. Most of the installed wells are shallow wells with 50% chance of being low in arsenic. However, households are increasingly installing new wells at intermediate depth, which are much more likely to be less than 10 ppb arsenic. The deep arsenic safe wells are generally installed by the government. A significant portion of the newly installed wells were never tested. Therefore, household doesn't know the status of their well and can't take informed decision, given the fact that 96% of the high arsenic wells were located within 100 meters of at least one low arsenic well. Household interest in intermittent aquifer in Araihazar encouraged us to apply a search algorithm to the countrywide bamboo strata of 4.7 million wells. The algorithm indicated about 1500 villages out of 11,000 villages with a target depth of 45 to 90 meters, with an estimated probability of 80%, considering at least 20 wells and 20% of them containing over 50 ppb arsenic. Finally, we compared 4 major mitigation approaches: well testing and switching, intermediate wells, deep wells, and piped water supply system. There are other options, but these 4 were found to be sustainable till date. Testing is the cheapest of all forms of mitigation and reduced exposure the most, with a cost of $2.5 per well. This includes mounting colored placards showing well arsenic concentration. Testing also encourages switching by sharing neighbors' low arsenic wells. Deep wells, which are very popular in rural Bangladesh, are expensive than intermediate wells, part of the fact that they are not optimally located and their allocation is mostly dominated by political influences. Piped water supply system appears to be the most expensive form of arsenic mitigation because of their high upfront and maintenance cost. In short, installation of deep community wells and piped water supply systems have been much less cost effective and reduced exposure of fewer people than individual household initiatives, for example, switching and sharing of low arsenic wells and installation of private wells that target low arsenic intermediate aquifers. Our policy recommendations are the following. Permanent and free well testing program should be established, and well test results should be disseminated to households and local drillers so that they can make decisions accordingly. Low arsenic intermediate wells should be explored than installation of more expensive deep wells and community level treatment systems. Deep wells will be more cost effective if they are optimally located and truly public. The most expensive piped water supply system should be considered as last resort. We are now working on the intermediate aquifer in Araihazar. We also developed a public site scoring app called Nolkub to optimize well location and facilitate switching, which you can download from the Play Store. Thank you all for listening. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any question, comment, or feedback. Stay safe.